Wait a minute.
Manny.
Look, I'm going to talk about this gentrification issue for a minute, all right? Vagabond, you know, let's be in our best behavior over here, okay? Here's the thing, you know, I'm born in the Bronx, 1956, back and forth between El Barrio and the Bronx my whole life, okay? I've seen the neighborhoods, not just El Barrio, but the Bronx, change hands, you know, and you know what? It's evolution. You know, gentrification is just a part of evolution. You know, this neighborhood wasn't always Puerto Rican. You know, it's a changing of the guard. And you know what? It's a wonderful one, all right? It wasn't all Puerto Ricans. We have a wonderful Mexican community here with their own murals. Now, they can be, you know, in your argument, they can be accused of being gentrifiers, all right? But the way I see it, hey, there's room for everybody. If you got the guts, the heart, the cojones, put your image up. You know, the more the better. You know, we have all these Senegalese and all these merchants from Yemen, you know, in the stores. I like to see their murals, you know. Regarding graffiti, hey, you know, I'm not worried about the future graffiti. What I'm concerned about is just, you know, people learning about art, period. All right? Art history, you know, having access to that, you know. And having a child have the choice of learning graffiti or learning fine art, okay? How do we instill that? You know, those are our challenges. And when we have no money, how do we do it without money? I've done most of my work without money. I'm the type of person that if I don't have the grant, I go to my sofa and I put my hand between the cojines, and whatever chump change comes up there is going to dictate the art project. And that's what we have to do as artists now. We have to start and work from nothing and create a whole new mathematic alchemy formula for art and expression that belongs to us. That we don't wait for somebody to give us a check. We just do it with what we got. You know, and I'm not saying anything new. You know, I mean, that's where graffiti came from as well. Graffiti is not supposed to be studied in school. Graffiti, from what I know, in its essence, came from nothing. Came from a challenge to people, you know, I mean, you know, challenging the system because they have nothing.
No, that was the creation of the art form itself. But this is 30 years later, and I think that the education of graffiti art has to be directed towards our youth, because they're very much fascinated about it as part of their culture growing up, and they're going to do it. And my whole thing is to do it within our educational system already, bro.
Okay, but listen, back to the gentrification thing. Okay. The people moving in are good people. They're good people. They could be from wherever they are, all right? But, you know, it's their turn. It's their turn.
Yeah, but
you know
what I'm getting at is that let's define gentrification. Gentrification is not Senegalese, it's not the Yemen, and it's not the Mexicans. What gentrification is a developer coming in, destroying something, putting up $1 million homes that people in the community can't live in. That's gentrification. That's gentrification.
Okay, all right, hold on. Now, the problem is this. We have, we're going into another discussion, which is a very vibrant discussion, and we could be here at least 4 hours discussing gentrification, but unfortunately, specifically, we were dealing with the mural, the tagging of the mural, what will happen if it occurs again, what solutions, and I think we've touched on possible solutions, education, right, dealing with the streets, getting the word back to them. Maybe you could help us out in there, getting the word back to whoever did that. Yeah. So those are all really valid, and I really especially like the education aspect of art, especially urban art, like she was talking about. It's very important that the kids in this community that go to school in this community learn about the people in the artworks, the murals, all of the murals, his murals, Manny's murals, not just one person, not just one artist, but everybody, and including the historical figures that are in these murals. Because I teach in the schools, And I know a lot of these kids do not know who Lolita Lebron is, who do not know who Albizu Campos is. And maybe there's about time that if they knew who that person was, they'd have more respect for the actual artwork. Okay? Yeah, like Mickey Mantle, yes. One more final comment, because she's been raising her hand for like the last half hour, and then we're going to have to wrap this up. I promise. I promise, Carmen. Okay, yes, go.
And I was trying to bring it back to what we were here to talk about today. So I've had this same experience with 3 to 4 of my murals throughout New York City. One person in particular, who's a 50-year-old graph writer, never met him in my life, keeps defacing them. 3 possible solutions that I tried to do with the same scenario. Contact the person directly. He didn't show up. Brought press, very effective. The more press that made him look bad, the more it brought attention to the situation, and the more the community was aroused about it. It was very, very effective. The third solution was that the youth all wrote him personal letters. He refused to read them, so we sent it to his sponsors, Reebok, etc. Very effective, shut down a lot of business, but the most effective thing was the press and the forums.
Okay, there you go. Okay, Marina?
Yeah, I know I won't keep us, but that's exactly what we're trying to do here, and that's what my approach was. You know, okay, we can go to the local precinct, we can put up a camera, but that's what I wanted to do, is to generate some buzz, generate dialogue that will continue out of this room, so you go back to your respective communities. It's not about finding out who did it and stringing them up. It's about creating that dialogue again. But yes, we do want people to respect our work.